Look at this. My knives at home are totally different to my knives at work. Hi, I'm Colin Fassnidge, and obviously I'm at home like everyone else. I've stocked up my pantry like you guys. I've got some pork I want to use up, and like you, I want to see the best way to use up my pantry with this pork and get the most out of it for the whole family. We're going to use one of my favorite cuts, pork neck. Yeah, so the beautiful pork neck. It's got lots of muscle in there. It's ideal for slow cooking, and it's ideal for steaks as well. But today I'm going to slow cook it and make sort of a nice stew. First of all, so we've got a piece from your butcher. This is about 400 grams. This would feed, I reckon, 4 people by the time you put in all the vegetables, all the sauce, and you're going to add your dry ingredients. So first of all, we want to dice this up into nice, easy chunks to eat. So I'll just give you a little demo here. I reckon that's the perfect size dice, because it's going to shrink a little when you cook it. And it's sort of rough and ready. You don't need it too perfect. A little bit like me. So you will see the way you got a big one, you got a small one, it doesn't really matter. So the main part of this is you get your meat diced, you get your pot on the stove. I'm using a heavy base pot because it's great for the oven. And what you want is your pot really hot, because when you want your meat to caramelize and get that beautiful colour, because that's what's going to flavour your stock. My pot's hot, my meat's diced. I'm going to bring it over to the pot with the oil and throw it in straight away and just leave it to caramelise for about 10 minutes. So what I do is season the pork, salt and pepper. So the pot's quite hot, so get the olive oil in nice and quick. You might have a little bit of smoke come up, but you want it this hot. See the way you're starting to get that little bit of smoke? And then what you want to do is layer the bottom of the pot with the pork, spread it out. You need that sizzle. Don't move the pork. Yeah, 5 minutes. Go chop your veg. Let it caramelize, get golden brown, then move it. Patience is everything. Our pork is caramelizing. We're not touching it. So while it's caramelizing, we're going to chop our vegetables. It's very simple. Everyone's got carrots. Keep them nice and rough, because you know what I mean, that's part of the dish. Onion, I like to keep it quite chunky. It gives you a nice bit of texture, it's going to give you sweetness to the dish. Garlic. Life's too short for peeling garlic. Chop it in half, yeah? So when you braise it, this is going to pop out later. Ginger. Don't peel the ginger. Just chop it. So a knob of ginger. I quite like a lot of ginger, and in this day and age I think it's quite good for your immune system and colds, hopefully. So that goes in there. And then we got a little star anise, so has a bit of spice. Some fresh bay leaves. You can use dried as well. So once all our meat is caramelized, this will go in, cook for a further 4 minutes. See, that's what we're looking for. So that's what's going to give you your stock. That's that caramelization on the meat. You've waited to get that, and that's what's going to flavour your stock. So now it's caramelized. Now I'm going to give it a stir and do the other side. So we cooked the pork neck for a further 5 minutes. Now we're going to add all our veg we chopped and our herbs. So just add that in. Stir it with my special spoon. So you can smell the ginger, you can smell the onions, the pork smells amazing. We're just going to sweat that down for about 4 minutes just to get it moving. Right, because we've caramelized all the pork, we don't need any expensive stocks. Sorry Manu. We've got just plain water. So what you're going to do is that deglazes your pork, and this is going to give you the perfect stock. So next I'm putting a little Asian twist on this, you know, just to be different. Irish Asian, this Asian. I'm just going to season it with a bit of soy. So just be careful, you don't want to add too much soy, and this is also going to give you a great colour again. Just a few splashes, and you can season it again at the end. So after I've added the soy, just to offset the saltiness, I'm going to add a bit of vinegar. Just a white wine vinegar, whatever you got knocking around, just a capful. Give that a stir. We're going to bring that to the boil now. Once it comes up to the boil, it goes in the oven. So today is all about what you've got in your pantry, right? Okay, so I had some black-eyed peas, which are dried. You could have some lentils. You could have some rice. You could have green split peas. If you don't have dried, I'm sure you have a tin of chickpeas, a tin of lentils, or a tin of white beans. So this is all about using up these ingredients with our pork neck stew. So my black-eyed peas, just earlier I rehydrated them in double the water to peas, so as you can see they're hard, and then you get these soft beans. So they're going to go ideally with the pork neck. If you haven't got these, just use a tin. So now our pork neck and the stock has come to the boil, as you can see. You can already smell that ginger, the pork, the soy. What you want to do is get a lid on it, and that goes into a hot oven. I'm going to lower it to 140 degrees. So 140 degrees. Because it's diced that small, I reckon about an hour and it'll just be falling apart. Alright, just going to take our pork out of the oven. Oof. You ready? The money shot. Oh, it smells amazing. Let me just... So there's our pork. There you are. So you can just flake it apart with your fingers. That's what you're looking for. And what's happened is it's reduced down. Got your garlic. You just pop your garlic out. To this, we're going to add our peas, chickpeas, your lentils, whatever you want. It's going to bulk it out. Let that sit for 5 minutes just to get the beans nice and warm. You don't want to serve the pork when it's too hot, because otherwise it steams dry. Check your seasoning. Look at the colour of that stock, hang on. See that? So that's just your pork and your water and your soy as giving you that beautiful stock. Alright. Now it's, you know, look at that pork, beans, veg. Beautiful stuff. So that in the center of the table. So that, the pork neck, the stock, some crusty bread, family around the table. What else is wrong?